Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Flow Speak English, your podcast for improving your listening skills through real conversations. I'm Chris.
And I'm Anna. Thanks for tuning in today. So, we're talking about New Year's resolutions, right?
That's right. It's that time of year when everyone makes big promises to themselves about what they're going to change.
And then breaks those promises by February.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. Why do people make resolutions? Why do most of them fail? And how can you actually stick to them?
Perfect. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a New Year's resolution?
It's essentially a commitment or promise you make to yourself at the beginning of a new year to do something differently or achieve a specific goal.
Right? It's like a fresh start. A clean slate. People see January 1st as this magical opportunity to become a better version of themselves.
And it makes sense psychologically. There's something about a new year that feels like a natural reset point.
Absolutely. It's much more motivating than saying, I'll start my diet on a random Tuesday in March.
Exactly. The new year gives people that mental push they need. So, what are the most common New Year's resolutions that people make?
Well, the classics are losing weight, exercising more, eating healthier.
Those are huge. I'd say at least half the people who join gyms in January are there because of New Year's resolutions.
And most of them stop going by Valentine's Day.
Unfortunately, yes. What else is common?
Saving money and getting out of debt. Financial goals are really popular.
Makes sense. People look at their bank account after Christmas spending and panic.
True. Other common ones are learning a new skill, reading more books, spending less time on social media,
Quitting smoking or drinking less alcohol.
traveling more, spending more time with family and friends.
Getting organized, decluttering.
The list goes on and on. But here's the thing. Why do so many of these resolutions fail?
That's the million-dollar question. I think one big reason is that people set unrealistic goals.
Can you give an example?
Sure, someone who's never exercised might say, I'm going to go to the gym every single day this year.
That's setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly. It's too ambitious. You're going from 0 to 100 overnight.
What should they do instead?
Start smaller. Maybe commit to going to the gym 3 times a week. That's much more achievable.
Right. Small, sustainable changes are better than dramatic overhauls that you can't maintain.
Another problem is that resolutions are often too vague.
What do you mean?
Well, saying, I want to get healthier doesn't really mean anything concrete. What does healthier look like? How will you measure it?
Good point. So instead of get healthier, you should say something like,
I will walk 10,000 steps every day, or I will eat 5 portions of vegetables daily.
exactly. Specific, measurable goals.
Yes, there's actually an acronym for this, SMART goals. Have you heard of it?
I have. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, right?
Perfect. So a SMART resolution would be, I will save 200 pounds per month for 12 months to build an emergency fund of 2,400 pounds.
Rather than just, I want to save money.
Exactly. The first one is clear, measurable, and has a deadline. The second one is just wishful thinking.
That's really helpful advice. What other reasons do resolutions fail?
Lack of accountability. When you only tell yourself about your goals, it's easy to give up quietly.
So you should tell other people?
Yes, share your resolutions with friends or family. Even better, find someone who has similar goals and become accountability partners.
That's smart. You can check in with each other, share progress, encourage each other when motivation drops.
Exactly. And motivation is another big issue. People start out super motivated in January, but that fades quickly.
So how do you maintain motivation?
Well, you need to focus on building habits rather than relying on motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but habits stick.
Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure, if you wait until you feel motivated to go to the gym, you'll skip it most days. But if you make it a non-negotiable habit, like brushing your teeth, you just do it automatically.
That makes sense. How do you build a habit, though?
Start with something called habit stacking. Link your new habit to an existing one.
Give me an example.
Okay, let's say you already drink coffee every morning. You could say, after I pour my coffee, I will do 10 push-ups. The coffee acts as a trigger for the new habit.
That's clever. What about tracking progress?
Very important. Whether it's a journal, an app, or just marking a calendar, tracking helps you stay on course.
And it feels good to see your progress visually.
Definitely. You can look back and say, I've been to the gym 12 times this month, rather than just vaguely feeling like you haven't done enough.
Good point. Now, let's talk about some specific resolutions. What about the most popular one, losing weight?
This one is tricky because diet culture is so toxic. A lot of people set unhealthy goals.
Like crash diets or extreme restrictions.
Exactly. And those never work long term. You lose weight quickly, then gain it all back plus more.
So what's a better approach?
Focus on sustainable lifestyle changes. Add more whole foods to your diet. Find physical activities you actually enjoy. Don't think of it as temporary suffering until you reach a goal weight.
Right? It's about changing your relationship with food and movement forever. Not just for a few weeks.
Exactly. What about financial resolutions?
Those can be really effective if done right. The key is to automate as much as possible.
What do you mean?
Set up automatic transfers to your savings account on payday. You can't spend money you never see in your checking account.
That's brilliant. Remove the temptation entirely.
And track your spending. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes.
There are apps for that now, aren't there?
Loads of them. You can categorize expenses, set budgets, get alerts when you're overspending.
Technology makes it so much easier than it used to be.
For sure. What about learning new skills? That's another popular resolution.
I love this one because it's usually positive and enjoyable, unlike diet resolutions.
True. Whether it's learning a language, picking up an instrument, or taking up painting.
The key is consistency. Even 15 minutes a day adds up over a year.
Absolutely. You don't need to practice for hours, just regular, consistent effort.
And there are so many free resources online now. YouTube tutorials, language apps, online courses.
No excuses, really.
None at all. Now, here's an interesting question. Are New Year's resolutions actually effective? Do they work?
Studies show mixed results. Some research suggests that only about 8 to 12% of people actually keep their New Year's resolutions.
That's pretty low.
It is. But here's the thing. People who make resolutions are still more likely to make positive changes than people who don't set goals at all.
So even though most fail, it's still worth doing?
I think so. The act of reflecting on what you want to change and setting intentions is valuable in itself.
And even if you don't achieve your resolution perfectly, you might still make some progress.
Exactly. Maybe you didn't go to the gym every week, but you went more than you did last year. That's still an improvement.
Progress, not perfection.
Love that. Another thing, I don't think you have to wait until January 1st to make changes.
Oh, absolutely not. This idea that you can only start fresh on New Year's Day is silly.
Any day can be day one.
Right. If you want to start a new habit in March or September, just do it. Don't wait for an arbitrary date.
Good point. Although there is something psychologically powerful about new beginnings.
True. That's why people also make resolutions on their birthdays or after major life events.
Speaking of which, what are your resolutions this year? If you don't mind sharing,
I'm actually trying to read more books. I set a goal of 1 book per month.
that's a good one. Specific and achievable.
What about you?
I want to be better about staying in touch with friends. I'm terrible at replying to messages and checking in with people.
How are you going to achieve that?
I've scheduled a weekly reminder on my phone to reach out to at least one friend. Just a text or a quick call.
That's smart, using systems and reminders.
Exactly. I know I won't just remember to do it on my own.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some practical tips for making resolutions that actually stick.
First, start small. Don't try to change everything at once.
Choose 1 or 2 main goals maximum. 예지오이.
Yes, and make them SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
Tell other people about your goals for accountability.
Focus on building habits, not relying on motivation.
Track your progress visually, whether it's a chart, an app, or a journal.
Be kind to yourself when you slip up. One bad day doesn't mean you've failed.
So important. Progress isn't linear. You'll have setbacks, and that's normal.
And remember, you don't have to wait for January 1st. You can start making positive changes anytime.
Any day is a good day to become a better version of yourself.
Well said. All right, that's all we have time for today.
Thanks so much for listening to Flow Speak English. We hope this episode gave you some useful insights about New Year's resolutions.
And if you're working on any goals right now, we're cheering for you.
Keep practicing, keep listening,
And keep speaking English with confidence.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.
See you next time.